Hi all, welcome to the online GATE coaching class conducted by Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering of Providence College of Engineering. Today we are going to discuss communication engineering. The whole syllabus is divided into 5 sections which are analog communication, digital communication, information theory, random process, fundamentals of error correction and coding. About 30 to 50 marks can be expected from this section. Okay. The first section is modulation. The modulation is a process of changing one or more parameter of carrier with respect to modulating signal. For example, now our carrier signal is C of t. The C of t can be represented as AC into cos 2 pi fct plus pi c. By varying any one of these parameters like amplitude, frequency or phase, we get corresponding amplitude modulation, frequency modulation or phase modulation. Example like by varying the amplitude of carrier, we get amplitude modulation. The examples of amplitude modulations are DSBFC, double sideband full carrier, double sideband suppressed carrier, single sideband modulation and vesicle sideband modulation. By varying the frequency of the carrier, we get frequency modulation. The examples are narrow band frequency modulation and wide band frequency modulation. By varying the phase of the carrier, we get phase modulation. Examples: narrow band phase modulation and wide band phase modulation. Our first topic is amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation means that we are changing the amplitude of carrier with respect to our message signal. Example like when C of t, the carrier signal can be represented as C of t is equal to Vc sin omega ct, and the message signal M of t is equal to Vm sin 2 pi fmt, where omega c is equal to 2 pi in terms of angular frequency. In terms of angular frequency, it is omega m is equal to 2 pi fm. By changing the amplitude of the carrier, we get amplitude modulation. So the amplitude modulated signal can be represented as S of t is equal to Vc plus m of t into sin omega ct. In GATE examination, there is no need to study the full derivations of the amplitude modulation. We just study only the final equation of the amplitude modulation and power calculation, etc. The amplitude modulated signal can be represented as Vc plus m of t into sin omega ct. This is very important equation. Then by substituting the value of m of t, we get Vc plus Vm sin omega mt into sin omega ct. By taking the Vc outside, we get Vc into 1 plus Vm by Vc sin omega mt into sin omega ct. Here we get a very important term. We get the modulation index. Modulation index, that is mu is equal to Vm by Vc. It is a very important term related to amplitude modulation. After some mathematical derivation, we get the final expression is S of t is equal to, that is amplitude modulated signal, S of t is equal to Vc sin omega ct plus mu Vc by 2 cos of omega c minus omega m into t minus mu Vc by 2 cos of omega c plus omega m into t. This term indicates, first term indicates the total carrier, the second term indicates lower sideband, and the third term indicates upper sideband. So the amplitude modulated signal contains three parts, that is total carrier part, then the upper sideband part and the lower sideband part. Now we are going to discuss the bandwidth calculation and the power calculation of AM signal. In this expression, we get three terms, that is total carrier, then lower sideband and then upper sideband. By drawing the bandwidth spectrum at frequency Fc, we get the total carrier with amplitude Vc. At frequency Fc plus Fm, we get upper sideband with amplitude mu Vc by 2. At lower side, at the frequency Fc minus Fm, we get lower sideband with the amplitude mu Vc by 2. This is the total spectrum regarding amplitude modulation. This is very important. After that, by using the bandwidth equation, the bandwidth is upper cutoff frequency minus lower cutoff frequency. Our upper cutoff frequency is Fc plus Fm and lower cutoff frequency is Fc minus Fm. By substituting these values, we get the bandwidth of AM signal is 2fm. So the bandwidth of AM signal is 2fm. Amplitude of upper sideband is mu Vc by 2 and the lower PSB by 2. Now going to power calculation, the total power of amplitude modulated signal is PT is equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. By expanding this equation, we get two things, that is PC plus PC mu square by 2. This term indicates total carrier power. This term indicates sidebands power. So PC is carrier power. PSB means total sideband power, that is PC into mu square by 2. We have two sidebands. By rearranging that equation, we get the power of upper sideband is PC into mu square by 4, that is also equal to power of lower sideband. Now we are going to calculate efficiency of AM modulation. The general equation for efficiency is power in sideband by total power into 100. The power in sideband is useful information. So useful information by total power into 100. PSB by PT into 100. By substituting the equations of power in sideband and total power equation, we get efficiency is equal to mu square by 2 plus mu square into 100. This is very important equation because in some cases direct questions like compute the efficiency of AM modulated signal with modulation index is 0.5 or 0.6. Okay. If consider that mu is equal to 1, that is the total value of mu ranges from 0 to 1. So let's consider mu is equal to 1, that is maximum value of mu. Then the efficiency is approximately equal to 33.33%. That means that the maximum efficiency provided by the AM signal is only 33.3%. Okay. Now we are going to discuss a single problem related to AM modulation. The question is, let C of t, C of t means carrier signal, C of t is equal to 5 cos 2 pi 10 raised to 16 is modulated by message signal M of t 4 cos 8 pi 10 cube t. Calculate bandwidth and the power of the AM signal. This is our question. The question is C of t and M of t are given in the question. Find bandwidth and the power of AM signal. From this equation, we can take it as C of t is equal to 5 cos 2 pi 10 raised to 60. By comparing with our standard equation, AC cos 2 pi FCT. So, the FC is equal to 10 raised to 6. Okay. Now, the message signal M of t is equal to 4 cos 8 pi into 10 cube t. By comparing it with our standard equation, AM cos 2 pi Fm t. From the equation, Fm is equal to 2 into 10 cube, that is 2 kilohertz. Okay. As we write the question, that is 5 cos 2 pi 10 by 16. By comparing this equation, general equation, AC into cos 2 pi FCT. From this we get FC is equal to 10 by 6. Similarly, we have M of t 4 cos 8 pi into 10 cube t. By comparing with our standard equation, AM cos 2 pi Fm t. Here this is 8 pi. So Fm is equal to, it is 4 pi, 4 into 10 cube, that is 4 kilohertz. Now the equation for bandwidth is equal to 2Fm. So 2 into 4 kilohertz, that is 8 kilohertz bandwidth. So bandwidth of this FM signal is 8 kilohertz. Okay. Now our second question is calculate power of the AM signal. So the general equation for the power of the AM signal is P of t is equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. First of all, we need to calculate mu, then PC. Mu is equal to AM by AC, amplitude of modulating signal divided by amplitude of carrier signal. Here the amplitude of modulating signal is 4, amplitude of carrier is 5. By substituting these values into this equation, we get mu is equal to 0.8. Okay. So the equation for PT is equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. Now the power calculation, we need to calculate PC. PC means carrier power. The equation for carrier power is equal to AC square by 2R in terms of amplitude. Let's consider resistance value is equal to 1. We get AC square by 2. Substitute the value of AC. AC is equal to 5. So AC square means 25 by 2. That is PC. By substituting all these values into this equation, we get 25 by 2 into 1 plus 0.8 square by 2. We get 16.5 watts. This is the power calculation of amplitude modulated signal. Okay, the next question is, let C of t is equal to 5 cos 2 pi 10 raised to 16 is modulated by m of t is equal to cos 4 pi 10 to the t to generate an AM signal with the mu is equal to 0.5. First question, calculate bandwidth and power. Second question, determine the quantity PSB by PC. Okay, now the question is to calculate bandwidth and power of the AM signal. Now the C of t is equal to 5 cos 2 pi into 10 raised to 16. By comparing with our standard equation AC into cos 2 pi XCT. So the amplitude is equal to 5. Then frequency FC is equal to 10 raised to 6. Direct substitution. Okay. Now coming to m of t, by comparing with standard equation, that is AM into cos 2 pi f on t. Here the AM is equal to 1, amplitude is equal to 1, and this is 4 pi into 10 to. By rearranging it with the 2 pi, the standard equation is 2 pi into fm into t. So here it is 4 pi into 10 to. So the fm is 2 into 10. Okay. Okay. Now the bandwidth equation is 2fm. Substituting the value of fm, we get 4 kHz as bandwidth of this AM signal. Now going to the power calculation. Power is equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. In earlier question we already discussed that PC is equal to AC square by 2R. AC is equal to 5. Substituting 5 square by 2. Take the value of R is equal to 1. We get into 1 plus 0.5 square by 2. We get 14.06 watts as power. Now our second question is, determine PSB by PC. The quantity PSB by PC. PSB means sideband power. PC means carrier power. So second question is, calculate PSB by PC. Then this is not a term related to efficiency. Efficiency is PSB by PT. Efficiency is PSB by PT. That is total power. The question is asking only PSB by PC. So the equation for PSB is PC into mu square by 2. We already discussed earlier. Divided by PC. By cancelling these two terms, we get mu square by 2. By substituting the value of mu, the mu is equal to 0.5, that is given in the question. Mu is equal to 0.5. We get the term quantity PSB by PC is equal to 0.5 square by 2. The next question is, AM transmitter radiates 80 watt when the carrier is not modulated. Determine the total power when the carrier is modulated with the mu is equal to 1. The question is, calculate the total power. First part, AM transmitter radiates 80 watts, that is total power radiated is 80 watts. When the carrier is not modulated, this is very important, carrier is not modulated. Determine the total power when the carrier is modulated with the modulation index is equal to 1. First part, there is no modulation. That is the total power equation PT is equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. When the carrier is not modulated means mu is equal to 0. So PT is equal to PC into 1 plus 0. That is PT is equal to PC. That is equal to 80 watts. The second part is, calculate total power when the carrier is modulated with the mu is equal to 1. So PT is equal to PC into 1 plus mu square by 2. Substituting 80 into 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 80 into 3 by 2. That is 120 watts. Okay. From this question, we can derive one of the major point in AM modulation. As we changes the modulation index increase from 0 to 1. There is a 50% increase in transmission power. For example, if we are transmitting 80 watts at mu is equal to 0. Calculate the value V when mu is equal to 1, that is 120 watts. When mu is equal to 1. This indicates that there is a 50% increase in transmission power as we increases our modulation index mu from 0 to 1. Another two are the examples of this concept. For example, if it is 50 watts, 50% increase means that is 75 watts. 40 watts, 50% increase means 60 watts. This is very important point. As we changes our modulation index from 0 to 1, there is a 50% increase in power. Till now we discussed modulation, then classification of modulation, then equations related to the amplitude modulation, and finally the problems related to amplitude modulation. In the upcoming video, we will discuss FM modulation, PM modulation, and the problems related to these topics. Okay, thank you.